Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to change out the front brake pads on our 2016 Yamaha YXZ1000R. Not that tough to do, just need to get it lifted up, get the front tires off, then dismount the calipers. At that point, we'll take a look at those brake pads, see what kind of shape they're in, and then replace them. And if we do need to replace them, let's step over to the table and look at the part numbers we're going to need to pull this off. Yamaha makes a reference to a brake pad kit, and you're actually going to need two of those, one for the left, one for the right. Now it is the same part number, you just need to remember to order quantity 2, otherwise you're only going to be able to accomplish half of this task. Something I want to show you real quick, a neat little feature, is there's an actual wear limit area right here. When it actually reaches this little cavity right here, it is definitely time to get these replaced. Now we'll take a look at the ones that are on there now, and if it's anywhere close, we're going to go ahead and replace them. As far as the special tools, there's not going to be any required other than, as usual, a good torque wrench. Any other tools that I use as we go along, I'll call out what size it is. That way you can minimize the trips to your toolbox and accomplish this little task faster. So now that we've got our brake pads ready to roll, my toolbox is open, let's go knock this thing out. Before we lift the machine, let's go ahead and break the lug nuts loose. Now you'll notice that I'm actually lifting up the entire machine and taking off all 4 wheels. Now you won't have to do that for your particular project, but there are so many things that I'm doing to this machine. I want to just go ahead and lift it up and get it up in the air one time. That way I can get to each project. The shop cleanup boy, me, didn't do a very good job of pressure washing this one, so let me clean it up a little bit more and then we'll get this pulled apart. Building my own beach. I'm building an indoor beach, that's what I'm doing. Now that we've got it cleaned up reasonably well, let's go ahead and get the caliper off. There's only 2 bolts to do so. They're 14 millimeters. These aren't in that bad a shape. They're only about halfway worn, but the whole purpose of this video is to show you how to do this. So we're going to go ahead and replace them for you. But if yours look like this, you can keep going. Before we can remove them, we need to go ahead and push the caliper pistons back into the housing. To do that, we're just going to use a regular C-clamp. We'll move it back and forth until we can get them to push in evenly. We've got them compressed in. Now we can remove the pads. I'm looking to see if these were OEM and if they had that wear indicator on them. Yep, looks like it. All right, one side out. Let's see if we can get the other one to pop. You just have to get it past what they call a spring. What I'm loosely calling a spring is this piece of metal right here. And there's actually a duplicate of it on the inside. What that is doing is actually holding the brake pads centered and holding them still where they're not just flopping around. So what we have to do is just bring it past that edge, and then we can bring it out through this section with a little coercion. There. Now these weren't worn out, but they were certainly looking glazed over. I think they had so much dirt and mud crammed in there, they were actually staying against the rotor itself and causing a little bit of a drag. So with these out, what we're going to do next is clean this up a little bit and then put the new ones in. It's going to be a pretty easy procedure to do. We've got things cleaned up reasonably well. We've got our new pads. Let's go ahead and work them into position and get this caliper remounted. So the spring edge is actually on the inside, so we want to angle it toward that, kicking out the bottom edge to us right now. Then we can push it under that edge of the spring, then guide it up to get it to go into position like that. Okay. Do it again for the other side. We're going to actually put it in like this with this upper edge leaning toward me and then kick in the bottom. We'll lift it right there. All right, I've already got this one edge in. Now I'm using the screwdriver just to lift it up against the spring, and the second one I'm going to use it to pull it back into position. Little tricky to do. Take your time. Just make sure you've got 2 screwdrivers to make that happen. So she's ready to go. Let's get it mounted back up. Next, we just need to reinstall the caliper mounting bolts, and they get torqued to 35 foot-pounds. Now, I'm actually going to add in a little bit of blue Loctite. That's just a personal preference. It's not required, but it makes me feel better having that little bit extra security, knowing they're not going to go anywhere. Now we're going to torque it to 35 foot-pounds. One side down, one to go. Same procedure we just did, not a big deal. Now I mentioned on the other side that these were OEM pads, and this unit has a little over 2,000 miles on it, so they're probably even the originals, believe it or not. But I can tell you, but the overall shape of this machine, it has been beat on and not maintained very well, so you want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button to where you can keep up with everything that we're going to end up doing to this unit. I didn't point it out on the other side, but I'll say something about it now. You want to make sure that these little boots on the sliders, they're intact, no tears, and that they're actually sealed up as they should, because the caliper itself should move fluidly or easily on that inner bracket or carrier, if you will. I'll show you what I mean in a couple of minutes once we get the brake pads out. They're wearing about the same as the other side. I would have expected that though. But sometimes I've seen them to where one side is hung up on that carrier and it'll prematurely wear out the pads on one side more than the other. Part of a tree they got a little too close to, I guess. Now if you're going on maybe your second or third set of brake pads, you want to definitely check the thickness of your rotor. Man, I can just feel this one and tell you it's good to go. But if you're feeling a groove at the top, or especially on the inner part, it may be time for you to put a digital micrometer on it and make sure you're within spec. Just to show you how to check it real quick, your wear limit is at 5 millimeters, and I can look at that and tell you that we still have a long way to go. Let's take a peek at it real quick. Yeah, we're 5.5. So there's still plenty of meat left on these rotors. This is what I was talking about earlier, where the carrier should slide easily on these 2 pins through these boots. See how that's so fluid? That's what we want it to be like. And if you were pulling on it and it didn't want to move, or it got caught, tries to walk one way or the other, or get stuck, then you need to go ahead and pull it down, take those boots off, replace them if they're broken or cut or separated from the actual caliper or the carrier. Re-grease them, and then put it back together. Ours is still in good shape, so all we need to do is just replace the pads like we did on the other side. Actually, we'll try it a little bit different. We'll go ahead and put the bottom edge in, and then just lift the spring up. Pop it in. There we go. One down, one to go. That looks like it. Let's get it bolted down. $35 foot-pounds coming up. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this project. The only thing we would have left to do is just remount the front wheels and actually torque those lug nuts to 54 foot-pounds. Oh, one more thing. Go ahead and hit your brake pedal a few times, otherwise nothing's going to be there until those calipers close up on those pads. Well, listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Hey, you like what you see and you want to see what I'm going to do to this one next? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified whenever we finish up the next video and put it live. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.